We've got a Kawasaki Bayou 225, and the boys decided that we need a box to be to go on this front grill. So we're going to build our own box. So you don't have to have a lot of fancy wood for this. I just went to my scrap pile, dug some lumber, some plywood off the shelf. I've got some scrap cedar here that we're going to use. I'd build another one from my other four-wheeler. I like cedar because obviously it holds up in the weather really well, and that's what we're going to use here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out a base piece of plywood, and we're going to measure up close here to this plastic, and then we're going to come just beyond this here guard, and this is actually what's going to help to hold this utility box in place. We'll show you how we do that. We want to build this 32 inches long. Let's make a mark right here. 32 by 13 and a quarter will be just perfect. So one of the things that we're going to do now is we are going to cut a slot in this plywood that will fit over this here bar, and that will secure it in place. And I'll show you a little later. We're going to do something down here. This essentially it's going to slide in under here and under here, and then slip down over. The slot will slip down over this bar, and that will lock it in place. Okay, so I'm going to make a mark here right at the end where this bar meets this bar. That's where my slot's going to start. I'm going to mark that on both sides. Don't make it tight. Give yourself a little bit of room. We've got our slot marked out here, and we're going to cut that out. All right, let's give this a try. Perfect. That's perfect. Just a little bit of movement, which is what you want, because what's going to happen is as this is in the weather, it's going to swell up a little bit and get a little tight. So you want a little bit of movement. And now what's going to happen is our outside rail here, I let a 3/4 inch here, and that's what we're going to screw. We're going to use that to screw into the outside of our board here. Let's give it its first try here. The box is going to sit right here, and then it's going to come over and slip right down over this bar. All right, we kind of decided we want to put a separate little divider in here. Fasten him. All right, so now we're going to have the box sitting on here, and I want to mount some 1x on the bottom of the box that'll slip under here and keep it from tipping up. All right, we've got these brackets installed below the box. It's time to try it out for the first time. Sweet. Perfect. So you can see what I've done here is I took a 3/4 board, mounted it here, so that builds this down so that this here board will fit below here, right? So you can see, watch how this slips in place. Slips right under that bar. This keeps that from raising up, And this bar here keeps it from moving back and forth. You will obviously need to make some adjustments depending on what the rack looks like on your four-wheeler. But I tell you what, this is about the simplest way to build a nice, efficient box. All right, here's the box all finished up. That easy to install. The boys are loading her up, getting ready to head out.